We are joined by Eric Mitchell. He's the president of LifeFlip Media. Eric, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. For those that are not big sports fans, maybe just not big football fans, what is it about Dan Snyder that people have not liked since he bought that team in 1999?
Mitch, could I say everything? I know it's a broad stroke. He's had nothing but issues since he brought the team. Let's start off with the Commanders weren't their original name. If you're new to football, the Commanders used to be called the Redskins. Obviously, that name was very controversial. Dan Snyder basically ignored that all the way up until 2020, when finally, after he just needed to change it, and he did, they became the Commanders. But in between all of this, there's been sexual misconduct, workplace issues. And I know that his legal team and PR team likes to spin it like they're all bad Yelp reviews. But let's face it, they can't be innocent and all these people be wrong. So there's a lot of issues here, and Dan Snyder just needs to go.
Well, so in the past, he's put out statements about never changing the team's name. Well, they did that. He's put out statements as well about never selling the team, but they did engage Bank of America to be involved in transactions regarding the team. Do we think they're going to sell, or do we think that they're looking for a new minority owner since he recently bought out minority partners?
I believe that he's going to sell the team. What is funny and what Daniel Snyder's team's not talking about, and a lot of folks probably are putting it together because there's been a lot of news, but about 2 weeks ago, all the owners got together. There was a big brouhaha between Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, and Robert Kraft, of course, who owns the Patriots. There was an issue there. So all the owners got together. Irsay comes out with his comments, and 2 short weeks later, Daniel Snyder, right before this big news breaks of another investigation, is now suddenly selling the team or looking into selling it. He's not going to go for a minority owners. Let me just put it this way. The only way that this gets resolved is he leaves his ownership. The fan base wants him to go. It's an amazing franchise that needs to have a good owner that actually cares about the team, not just putting as much money as he can in his pockets.
Yeah, Jim Irsay is the owner of the Colts. He came out and said, I think there's enough evidence potentially to remove him as owner, but you have to get 24 of the richest people in America to decide that they are going to get rid of one of their own, and that is a very tough hill to climb. But this idea that he was shifting around revenue to not share it with his other teams, that's the sort of thing that gets 24 rich men to get rid of another guy, isn't it?
Absolutely, Mitch. That is the #1 fastest way to get rich men really angry, is not give them the money that they're supposed to get paid. And this, again, you have to remember there's another angle. Remember, bad ownership that have a lot of scandals, other leagues are dealing with it. The NBA dealing with the Suns right now. Roger Goodell wants to have this league look good as it continues its expansion. Remember, we have games coming up later this month in Germany that they could have sold 3 million tickets to. So the NFL's cleaning up its image. They no longer want this stain that is Daniel Snyder. The fans want the change. Most of the owners want the change. And now you're finding out that owners aren't getting paid. That means vendors aren't getting paid. And then cheating your own season ticket holders. If this all comes out to be true, he's going to get voted out. And maybe he's just looking to leave on his good terms without it being in the ugly side that will come out if the owners all vote him out.
Yeah, that's the thing with owning an NFL team, that even if he does get voted out, he's still going to make $5 billion at minimum.
Right?
That is Eric Mitchell. He's with LifeFlip Media. Eric, thank you for joining us. Adrienne, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to take off my journalist hat and put on my Commanders hat, because I have been, since birth, a Washington Redskins fan and now a Commanders fan. And this is the worst thing that's happened to the franchise since he took over the team.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's been a steady downhill.
They
won multiple Super Bowls before he was the owner. He wanted to restore them to glory in 1999, and it's been anything but.
Yeah, well, I know that a lot of fans are wondering what's next for the team, and they just want to pretend this was a chapter that they can close. And it's all over.
I would like to see him go away and forget about it.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happens next in this saga of 24 rich men. Or 25.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.